Are you searching Google hoping to figure out what the steps to buying a home are? Where do you start? How do you go about it? Go ahead and stop your search. You're in the right place. In this video, I will be going over the simplified version of the home buying process in South Texas. If you're new here, my name is Lexi Esparza, the realtor that educates, and I specialize in first-time home buyers in the South Texas area. The first step to buying a home is to secure financing. You can talk to a mortgage lender or a financial institution, and they will get you going on the process of finding the right loan for you. There are, of course, different options when choosing how you're going to finance your home. It doesn't need to be a loan, so it definitely can be cash, but you can also get a conventional or an unconventional loan. Making sure your financial situation is secure is so important so that you can determine how much you can afford for a house and get a pre-approval letter for the loan amount that you require. Most listing agents will want a pre-approval letter when you submit an offer on a home you love. This will ultimately strengthen your offer and your chances of getting it accepted. The next step to buying a home is to find and hire a realtor that you feel you can trust. Now, you can definitely buy a home without hiring a realtor. However, I strongly suggest that you do hire one because it is typically a free service for buyers, so why not take advantage of this? A realtor will assist you through the entire home buying process and make sure to keep your best interests at heart and in mind. Additionally, a lot of sellers usually will have a listing agent that is representing them. Did you know that in the state of Texas, if you are an unrepresented buyer that is buying a home from a represented seller, you are technically being represented by that same agent? By no means am I saying that the listing agent would do you wrong in any way. But it is important to realize that they were representing the seller first. And you ultimately want somebody that is representing you and only you. So they will have your wants and your needs at the forefront of their mind. Now that you have secured your financing and have hired a realtor that you can trust, we can get to the exciting part. Step 3 is where you will begin your home search. It is important to decide where you want to live and what type of home you're looking for and what features are your must-haves and your would-be nice-to-haves. It is important to have these two groups of things divided so that when you begin your home search, you can make sure you are definitely getting a home with the must-haves and understand that you may not be able to get everything on your list of the would-be nice-to-haves. Unfortunately, not one home will check every single box, but we want to make sure that we can at least check most of them. At this point, you will find a home that you love and are ready to put an offer on. So step 4 is to make an educated offer. If you followed step 2 and do have a realtor, it is important that they conduct a comprehensive market analysis. This is where they will compare active and expired listings, recent sales, and any historical data that is relevant to determining the market value of the home. You want an offer that protects you, so make sure you have a trusted individual on your side. Once your realtor has drafted up your offer and gone over it with you, you will sign it and your realtor will send it to the listing agent and the seller. At this point, the seller has 3 options. They may accept your offer, which would be amazing because you get exactly the terms you asked for. They can reject your offer, which really is uncommon, so I would definitely make sure to find out why. And the seller can also counter your offer, which means they will change the terms of the offer and present it back to you. If you do receive a counter offer, your realtor will go over the offer with you, and together negotiations will either continue or you will decide if you can reach agreeable terms. Once you and the seller have reached agreeable terms, we are at step 5, which is the under contract phase. At this point, you will provide the earnest money check to the title company to open escrow, and if applicable, you will provide the option money check to the seller for the option period listed in the contract. If you want to learn a little bit more about what this means, I will have an upcoming video that will further explain these terms. Next, you will need to add some people to your team. Step 6 is where you will get a much needed inspection. If you did negotiate for an option period, which is usually about 7 to 10 days, this is a great time to get an inspector to go out to the property and determine any needed repairs on the house. Although this is an added expense, I always highly recommend hiring an inspector for my clients because they are licensed and trained to be able to test and notice things that might be wrong with the house that isn't usually easy to see when you're just browsing through the home. The inspector will provide a detailed report that the realtor should then send over to the listing agent and the seller to make sure that these repairs, if reasonable, will be fixed prior to closing. During this step, your lender will also order an appraisal. The appraiser will go out to the home and determine its value through their own analysis. In addition to step 6, I want to talk about what is happening in the background with your loan. At this point, your loan will be processed to determine the accuracy of the information that you provided. It will move into underwriting, where the underwriter will determine if he or she needs any additional documents. Then will come your loan approval, where your loan has been fully reviewed and conditional approval is issued. Lastly, your loan officer will finish up all the financial procedures and you will get the clear to close. Now, this next bonus is specifically for my clients, but at this point, I do offer my clients a personal concierge that will contact them to set up any and all utilities free of charge. This can include city utilities, electricity, home security, satellite or cable TV, wireless phones, internet, home phone, and smart home automation. So again, this is an added bonus if you are my client, but I have found that this has really helped take off some items from my clients' already long to-do list and make their lives a little bit easier at this point. Now we are at step 7, which is the much awaited closing date. At closing, you may wire funds or bring a certified check with your ID to give any and all closing costs to the title company. It is a common misconception that this is where you will receive the keys to your home. However, you actually receive the keys to your home whenever the loan is closed and funded, meaning that your lender has released the funds to the seller. The last and final step, number 8, is to move in and enjoy. You did it. You are a homeowner, and now it is time to settle into your new space and begin making memories. Now that you know the steps to the home buying process, you may also be interested in learning 10 important things you should know when buying your first home. This next video will detail common misconceptions, important things to think about while you are on your home search, important aspects of your offer, and explain some of that real estate vocabulary. If you would like this home buying process a little bit more detailed and downloadable to your device, visit the link in the description box down below to grab my free home buyer's guide. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time.